Hi, everybody. Today we're going to get a little bit of an update at what's going on with redistricting. There's a lot of different court cases in different states working their way through, but today we're going to take a look at North Carolina. Now, I've already previously looked at every single redistricting map. I've rated them all in terms of fairness based on the last midterms, so you can look at all those videos if you'd like. I've got some playlists. So what's going on in North Carolina? Well, I'm going to start here on Ballotpedia. I'll scroll a little bit through here, but it is a long process. In short, the Republican legislator there passed their own maps. Eventually, that got struck down by the state Supreme Court. A different map was put in place for the last election, but also in that same election, Republicans were able to flip that state Supreme Court and win control. Since then, that court has overruled itself, and subsequently, the state legislator went back to work and redrew the maps yet again. You can kind of see the summary of that here, but in North Carolina, there are 14 congressional districts. The state did gain one extra seat in reapportionment, and in the last election, that resulted in 7 Democrats and 7 Republicans winning in that congressional delegation. So I do recommend taking a look at the rest of this article if you want to get even more background information about it. Of course, the link will be down below in the description. But let's switch over to Dave's Redistricting and take a look at some of these districts. So here's all 14 of them. Now, this is the map they used in the last election, the one that has since been struck down. And we could also switch over to the precinct level to take a look at the red and the blue shading. If we do that, we can go down here to Charlotte. That is in Mecklenburg County. And we can see that blue population is completely split. And that takes up 2 districts and results in 2 Democrats being elected. Now, is that fair? Well, each congressional district has about 760,000 residents. Charlotte itself has more than enough population for 1 district. The entire county of Mecklenburg, that would cover about 1.5 districts. So on this map, they've split it into 2. Democrats pick up both seats. Republicans, they would love to combine all that deep blue vote into 1 district and gain another seat out of it. Now, the other major spot to look at is up here. We've got a lot of deep blue vote here in Wake County and the Raleigh area. That's another one where it's split, and it does end up giving Democrats 2 districts. Now, there is enough population there. Republicans, again, would love to pack everybody into 1. Democrats would love to crack it and get 2. I think that's a legitimate debate as to what is fair when it comes to specific cities that require more than 1 congressional district, and when you have clusters of deep red or blue vote. Should you combine everyone into 1 and keep it geographically condensed, or is that unfair and you need to split it at some point because there is enough partisan vote to pick up a 2nd district? Now, there's a lot of other big blue vote here. We've got Durham, we've got Greensboro, and we have Winston-Salem. Those populations are not as dramatic as Charlotte and Raleigh, but there is enough of it there to give Democrats some more districts. But at the same time, it's also not enough population, and it's condensed enough for Republicans to be able to combine it with some deeper red vote and hold those seats. So there are some other red and blue districts on here, but that's a quick crash course as to how the map looked as of the last election. Now, Dave's Redistricting does not have the new map on here as of the time I'm making this video, but if you want to see how this old map compares to the new map, Larry Sabato has a great side-by-side comparison. We've got the old map on the top, and we've got the new map on the bottom, and we have the expected presidential vote for each of these congressional districts. So if you look at those areas where I just pointed out, Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, on the old map, it's split into 2 blue districts. Democrats have both. On the new map, there's only 1. Most of that blue vote is packed into 1 deep blue district. Whatever's left, it's going to filter into the other nearby red districts. And back up here in the Raleigh area, Democrats were able to pick up 2 districts, and in nearby Durham and Greensboro, Democrats were able to get 4 districts out of all that. On this new map, again, most of the blue vote packed into just 2 districts. The rest of that, it's diluted into the surrounding red districts. And this remaining district, the first, it was already kind of a toss-up district. It got slightly redder. It's still a toss-up, but Republicans could pick it up. So there are 3 districts where the Republicans are easily expected to be able to win. We've got the 6th. That went from a district where Trump got 43% of the vote to where he got 57. And then the 13th, that was a close one. Biden won at 50 to 48. The new one, Trump, would win at 58 to 41. Same with the 14th. That was an easy Biden district, 57 to 41. Now it's pretty much the exact opposite. Trump 57 to 41. And that first district, that went from about a 7-point advantage for Biden all the way down to under 2. So this map, definitely much more Republican friendly. I don't think there's really any debate about that. What to do with some of these lines where the blue vote is compact, that I think there is room for some discussion with how to do the geography. And we'll come back to how fair this is in just a second. But if we look at the last results, these are the 3 Democrats that would be likely to lose election if this is the map that is in place. We've got Kathy Manning in the 6th. She won by 9. In the 13th, Wiley Nickel. That district was R+2, but Wiley Nickel was able to win it. And in the 14th, Jeff Jackson. He won that comfortably with 58% of the vote. He's already announced he's going to run for Attorney General of North Carolina. He knows he has pretty much no chance in that new district. So those 3 seats, potentially in the 1st as well, very likely to go in the Republican column. So how fair is this map? Well, I like to look at the statewide popular vote for the House in the last election. Republicans did win that about 52 to 48. And in the 2 elections before that, it did go back and forth. It was close to 50-50. Republicans had a small advantage in the last election, but overall in the House, it's close to an even state. So what are people saying about this map? Well, here's an AP article. It says Republicans are going to have a 3-seat gain. And of course, there's going to be challenges. But if this map does hold up, then Republicans are looking to pick up 3 seats. So that would take this map from a 7-7 all the way to a 10-4, potentially an 11-3. Now, I've reviewed every map on this channel based on the results of the last election with a 7-7 result. That turned out to actually be one of the fairest maps in terms of the partisan lean. Now, given the Republicans did win the popular vote by a few points last time, and they control the process, I would expect them to take a small advantage. So for me, an 8-6 map, maybe it's not perfect, but that I think I could live with. But if it was 11-3, I haven't crunched the numbers yet, but that would probably take this right up to the top of the biggest gerrymander for the Republicans. And it would be pretty close to one of the worst out of all the maps, probably in the territory of Illinois. That map I thought was easily the most egregious. And if you're going to be fair and objective, this one would be pretty bad. So there is room for discussion on how to geographically draw some of these districts. I know there's some legal aspects with the Voting Rights Act. Personally, I would like to see all that struck down and have partisan gerrymandering be the standard for all the states. That way we could talk about some of these horrible states like Illinois, but when it comes to analyzing each individual map, I'm not going to look at what the other states are doing. The new North Carolina map, it's a big advantage for the Republicans. I know they're going to be thrilled about it, and I know they're going to say that this is a totally fair map. They're not trying to take any advantages. Everybody says that on both sides. It's obviously a complete lie. Nobody's going to come out and say, yeah, we're going to take a huge advantage. But it is what it is. There's a lot of other court cases going on out there. We'll have to see what happens with it. But this is the latest out of North Carolina, so let me know in the comments. What do you think about this new map? It's obviously unfair, but maybe you're a big fan anyway. And what do you want to see happen with other maps? Do you think the partisan lean of the state should be the deciding factor? How big does a population have to be before you can split it into 2 districts? Let me know any of your thoughts down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.